We've got absolutely extraordinary marine life, like. They just fish and fish and fish till it's gone.
Unfortunately, like the whole world, our oceans are under serious pressure.
Yeah, there's a big decline in all species, I'd say.
Just recently here, our local beach was closed because of polluted waters.
There's bad times, there's good times. That's the best I can do with it. Keep going.
And I mean, if you don't have healthy seeds, you don't have healthy anything.
The waters around the Irish coastline are full of wonders, hosting over 25 species of whales and dolphins, 38 species of seabird, and 71 species of sharks, skates, rays, and chimeras. Our ocean provides jobs, food, and helps to store carbon. However, our ocean is now facing many threats, including climate change, pollution, loss of biodiversity, including reduction of fish stocks. But what can we do to help revitalise our seas and support marine biodiversity and the community of people that rely on it? We all depend on a healthy ocean.
Do you think our seas are 100% healthy right now?
That's a complete no.
No, absolutely not.
Definitely not.
No. Some areas of our seas are very healthy, and then other areas are dying.
We get a lot of bad weather in the winter that takes the pollution out of it all bay, but there's a need for a good treatment plant up the bay here, and there should be treatment for the public sewer going back here. But it's a thing that should be looked into properly and done properly for the environment and for local people.
Our oceans are getting hammered. Mankind's doing awful damage between waste, everything. We got to protect them. People are trying very hard to protect them, but unfortunately people love eating fish. But there's too many big boats out there that are doing awful damage to the oceans.
Can you describe to me what the sea means to you?
I suppose the sea is in my blood, like, and then I made a living from it, which I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, it is a good living, a good lifestyle, and keeps me going and keeps me active. And
The sea brings me happiness, joy, and some of my best memories have been made with the sea.
So overall, what do you want from healthy seas?
more fish and better prices, and good security. We're measuring the fish and all this careful, all that, doing it all and do it right, like.
So what I want from healthy seas is, obviously sustainability is the main thing, but these very rare important fish that are nearly extinct now, they got to be left alone. Mankind's doing enough damage around the planet. Our oceans are our life here. We got to mind them and take care of all our fish.
A healthy sea is a sea that we understand and respect a lot more, that we're connected to as an island nation. A thriving ocean where there's a lot more biodiversity and a lot more understanding of how important that biodiversity is.
A really healthy ecosystem, we would have lots of lobsters, crabs, a sustainable fishery, and just allowing the whole thing to recover, and you know, a sustainable ecosystem, I suppose, is what we would like to seek.
We all depend on this environment, even down to the air we breathe. Every second breath of oxygen we take comes from the ocean. We need to find a way to better care for our ocean, to boost biodiversity and protect coastal livelihoods. But how? Most of us eat seafood as part of a healthy, balanced diet, but already 85% of global marine fish stocks are fully or overexploited. Recent assessments indicate that 65% of Ireland's coastal habitat types are considered to be in an unfavourable condition. And in Ireland, only 2.1% of our ocean is protected. 92% of Irish people want more marine protected areas to restore and revitalise our ocean.
How do you think a marine protected area might influence your area?
I don't know, that it have to be discussed and discussed well between all the people involved within the fishery, and I suppose all these new ones now that are coming into it with safaris in England and all these people.
I think that you would see an effect here within a couple of years if they made decisions to protect the bay. Hopefully it will be easy to protect it anyway, and I think you'd see a result within a couple of years.
Do you want my honest answer?
Yeah.
I think they're good in theory. just like a lot of things. They're all good in theory, but putting them into practice, like. I mean, if we have designated areas here at the moment that are designated by European law and they're not being protected, what's the point in superimposing another one on top of it? I hope I'm wrong.
We're very hopeful to get marine protected areas, introduced here. We have special areas of conservation in Dingle Bay and everything else. However, what we would like to see is, a restriction on the types of destructive fishing. It's sad to see, in a way, some of the big fishermen who wouldn't have the same investment in the sea and in the area. They come in and try and make a quick buck with lots of big boats, lots of fishing equipment, and the smaller, kind of more traditional fishermen is slowly being phased out, so that's quite sad to see. But hopefully, in the future, with marine protected areas introduced, and maybe hopefully some of the more destructive types of fishing not practiced anymore, it'll begin to improve, and these guys who have a personal, and a vested interest in the sea will be involved and help with the whole process there.
Marine protected areas help to prevent damage to critical areas, allowing biodiversity to flourish and fish stocks to recover. These benefits then overflow into non-protected areas, called the spillover effect, boosting local fisheries and regional economies. There is no evidence of any MPA anywhere in the world reducing fisheries catch, and there are many examples of MPAs restoring fish populations and restocking adjacent fishing grounds. If done properly, managed and monitored with active stakeholder engagement, MPAs really work, boosting biodiversity, increasing fish numbers and sizes within the MPA. On average, fully protected areas increase the total biomass of marine life by 670%, where fishes and invertebrates tend to grow larger and produce many more young. These spill over into nearby areas, improving fisheries catches and increasing their long-term profitability. This type of sustainable management means safeguarding breeding populations, respecting habitats, and ensuring people who depend on fishing can maintain their livelihoods sustainably. There's a new call for marine protected areas in Ireland for 30% of our waters to be protected by 2030. A healthier ocean will benefit us all, from culture and biodiversity to economics. The region from Loophead to Kenmare and Kerry is rich in biodiversity and rare species, including high densities of bottlenose dolphins and the highest densities of minke whale recordings in Irish waters. The region hosts seabird colonies of international importance, including Manx shearwaters, storm petrels and puffins. It also contains important fish spawning grounds for whiting, herring, haddock and cod, and a strong maritime community which depends on a healthy ocean.
And so what makes the seas around this part of Ireland so special?
So here in Southwest Ireland and the Iveragh Peninsula, it's an amazing place for biodiversity. I've had some of the best wildlife sightings here with dolphins, whales, turtles, leatherback turtle. Even on the inshore waters, when we bring people out snorkeling, you can see small sharks and just really amazing sea life and lots of biodiversity.
Well, there's a good variation of fish. There's lobster and crabs and crayfish and shrimps and all that. This is the best oyster bed in Europe.
Tralee Bay especially, it's a very shallow bay. We've got the Brandon Mountains here behind us, and all the silt that comes off the mountains come into the bay, makes it really shallow, which attracts all these unique species of fish into the bay, and we're the only place in the country, if not Europe, in the world, that we've got these amazing creatures in our bay here.
Fantastic place to dive. Full of life, full of colour, big fish, small fish, everything from humpback whales to small little nudibranchs. So really fantastic place to live and to live by the sea and to dive. And so for us it's very special really,
We've got absolutely extraordinary marine life. We have 3 different types of dolphins. We regularly see minke whales, we've harbour porpoises, fin whales, humpback whales, we've puffins, Manx shearwaters, you name it. Now there are a few species we have lost over the loss of habitat. We've lost the Greenland white-fronted geese that used to nest on Beginnish during the winter, and we have lost the Arctic terns that used to come every year. They migrate more than any bird on the whole planet, and we've lost them. That's just in the space of my lifetime. Now we're looking at the harbour porpoise population declining. So when you hear 30, 40 years and watching the environment around you, and you're seeing the species that are disappearing, you're looking at species that are also in danger, and that's kind of what's happening at the moment.
So why do you think healthy seas are important for future?
Passed down to generations coming after us, of course. That's the most important thing. That's there is, and that there's a living for people around here. But this is coastal communities, like to see everyone making a pound and everyone. There's room for everybody. That's what there is, but it must be talked about and done right.
If you don't have healthy seas, you don't have healthy people. Most people rely in some way. They rely on the sea.
Healthy seas are vital for our planet. I'd like my son and my grandkids in the future to see what I see here and for them not to be gone, because it's all we have to only hear once.
So healthy seas would be important for our future because it's like the blue heart of our planet. So without that helping us, then we won't be able to survive.
For this local area, you know, it's not only important for biodiversity, but also people make a living here. There's whale watching trips, there's coastal tours, there's trips to Skelligs, angling. So it really is integral to the local area.
If it's not done carefully, like you destroy the goose that laid the golden egg. Nature has a great way of coming back if it's given a chance.
A healthy ocean helps everyone. This year, the Irish government is drafting legislation on marine protected areas. And so, it's time to make sure your voice is heard. Help us by calling for at least 30% of our ocean to be protected by 2030, to restore and revitalise our ocean for generations to come.